Hello everyone, I'm FMZ and welcome to another episode of Can Anyone Save Derby from -21? Thank you to Jamie for his suggestion. He wants to see how Neil Warnock will get on in charge of Derby from -21. So, we'll take a look at Neil Warnock's profile in a second. But don't forget before that, if you enjoy today's video, to please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and would like to do so, please click that subscribe button down in the corner. And also don't forget to leave me a comment if you've got anything to say or any suggestions for a manager to take on this challenge. Let's take a look at Neil's profile, shall we? So here is Neil Warnock, 72 years young, fantastic manager, my idol in the management world. I love his pride, I love his passion on the touchline. Motivation of 14, people managing at 15, level of discipline 16, determination 15, tactical knowledge of 11. Not the greatest manager we've had so far, but as we've proven already, the greatest managers don't necessarily get the job done. So, how did they get on at the start of September? So here we are at the start of September. The season started really well. A win on the opening day thanks to Nathan Byrne. No win backed it up, sadly. 3 draws and 1 defeat. So it's not a bad start. We've had worse. Let's see where it's left them in the table. So it moves them on to -15 points. 18 points from safety. It's not the worst we've had, but it's not the best either. We will hope for better in the month of September. Sadly, September was not kind to Derby County, just the 2 points from it. One of those against Stoke, the other one against Reading. So that's taking us on to -13. Let's see where that's left us. 20 points from safety at this point. Just the 1 win from 10 games. 5 draws though. So if we can turn a couple of draws into some wins, ideally quite a few of them, it will give us a chance going in to October, going into the rest of the year. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. That's more like it. 2 wins, 1 defeat, 2 draws. Biggest haul we've had so far. So they're playing for Neil Warnock. First and foremost, that's something to be mentioned. Let's see what it's done to the table. Moves them on to -5. 19 points from safety at this point. But we are close to being on to positive numbers. I think that's the trick we're trying to find at the moment. Getting to positive numbers as quickly as you can. Let's see how we get on in November. Unfortunately, we couldn't back it up in November. 4 points from it. Not a complete disaster, but not exactly what we needed. 3 defeats to Barnsley, Millwall and Fulham. Draw with QPR and that win, as you can see, over Bournemouth. A good win. That one. We need more like it, please. Let's take a look at the table. That leaves us on -1 with 22 points from safety. We're nearly at half distance in the season. It's looking hopeless at the moment, but fingers crossed Neil can have a good December, get some signings in January and get some momentum built. Let's have a look and see what happens. 4 points from the month of December as well. 3 defeats against Bristol City, Cardiff and West Brom. A draw with Blackpool. And as you can see, a win over Stoke to end 2021. Will it have done anything to the table? We know what it has done. It has sent Derby into positive numbers. Moves us on to 3 points. 25 points from safety after 25 games played. He's got a good record, Neil Warnock. Only 11 defeats. That is the least out of the bottom 5 sides in the division. It's the draws that are letting us down at the moment. 9 of those. Need to get more draws in the win column, please. Let's take a look and see what happened in January. So January hasn't been a great month so far. Still got 1 game to play and the rest of the transfer window. We'll take a look at those at the end of February to see what impact they have made. Let's take a look at Derby's position. On to 4 points. 26 points from safety. So they need a good end to the transfer window and a good February. Fingers crossed we can get it. So they did manage to do some business towards the end of the transfer window. Nikolaj Raznovic has come in from Leeds. Luke Mbeti has joined from Man City. Ellis Sims has joined from Everton, and Oscar Bobb has come in from Man City as well. Obviously, with the way results were going, they did need the help. Has it helped? It did help somewhat. 2 wins back to back. Birmingham and Huddersfield. Defeats to Hull, Peterborough and Millwall. A draw with his old club Middlesbrough, and a draw with Luton Town as well. For picking up 8 points from this period. Has it helped them out? Moves them on to 12 points. 24 points from safety with 11 games left to play. I think we know relegation is probably going to happen. Are they going to put up a fight in the last 3 months of the season? Let's take a look. An okay March. Better than normal March. 2 wins, 2 defeats. Defeats by Bournemouth and Blackburn. Barnsley and Coventry were beaten. It's probably not going to be enough to keep them up, but it will bring them closer to the sides above them. And they have been relegated already with 18 points, which means Neil Warnock is not bottom of the table, at least, with 7 games left to play. Can we get any closer to the sides above us? So here we are at the end of April. So far, 5 points from the month. Still that game with Blackpool to play. Win over Preston. Draws with Fulham and Bristol City, but defeats to QPR and Swansea. Let's see what it's done to the table. So it moves them on to 23 points. Huddersfield have already been relegated as well. We've got more wins than Huddersfield have, and our goal difference is actually pretty good at -20. They've done very, very well to get to 23. Can we get any more points for the rest of the season? So here we are with the final 2 results from the season. A defeat by Blackpool, but a win over Cardiff on the final day as they wave goodbye to the Championship. What has that done to the final total? So the final total is 26 points. A respectable score for Neil Warnock, but again, nowhere near. Even with the 21 points back, they still would have been relegated. They wouldn't have finished bottom, however, so that's some crumb of comfort. Let's see where that's left him on the leaderboard. So with his 26 points, Neil Warnock is currently joint 4th on our leaderboard with Ralph Rangnick. So he's in good company, ahead of Alex Ferguson, ahead of Thomas Tuchel, and ahead of Marcelo Bielsa. So it's not a bad total, really, if you look at it in the grand scheme of things. Can anyone else do better? So sadly, Neil Warnock could not complete the job. He came closer than most, though, at keeping Derby County in the Championship. I wonder if our next man can do it. Famously, he was sent off in a World Cup final. That's right, Zinedine Zidane takes on the challenge of trying to keep Derby in the Championship from -21. So we'll see how he gets on next time. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today's video, to please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And also don't forget to leave me a comment if you've got anything to say on today's video, or any suggestions for a manager for me to take a look at. I've been FMZ, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.